Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about my computer and some of the issues that I had with this computer ever since I bought it and I started making these YouTube videos. Now my computer is an Intel Core i7-6700K and it came pre-assembled when I bought it. So it had the 980 Ti graphic card, 32 gigs of Kingston RAM. It had a Corsair 110i water cooling system, and it was doing actually quite well. Now the CPU 6700K CPU is out of the box a 4 gigs CPU, and it has a turbo boost up to 4.2 gigahertz. I clocked my computer to 4.6. Now the Core i7-6700K is more than capable of doing that. It should be more than capable of doing that at least, and especially when you have a water cooling system. But one of the things that I immediately discovered was my temperature started to rise and fall rapidly. Whenever there was some load on the CPU, it shot in the air with the temperature for some reason that I didn't understand. And whenever I stress tested my CPU, I reached insane temperature, and as you can see here, I have reached temperature up to 100 degrees on my CPU. In a water cooling system, that shouldn't happen. In a water cooling system, that should be, the Corsair 110i should be more than capable of handling the Core i7-6700K clocked to 4.6, even under load. It should be more than capable of doing that. Alright, well, granted, I could be unlucky in the Silicon Lottery and have gotten myself a CPU that is only capable of handling the default clock speed. That is a possibility, of course, but my concern was more about something was wrong with the water cooling. Now, I haven't actually done a lot to the system. As I said, it came pre-assembled, and the only thing I did to it was I have changed a couple of positions of some fans, and I've changed a couple of the fans. I actually changed from the original Corsair fans on the water cooling system to Noctua 140 millimeters static pressure fans. It didn't do any difference except for the noise, obviously. Other than that, it didn't actually do any difference. So I began to do some tests on the computer, whatever I could do of tests, which wasn't actually a lot. And I came to the conclusion that something was wrong with the water cooling system, and what it was, I didn't really know at the time. But what I could see was the water temperature was fine. It stayed around the 30 degrees. The pump seemed to be running at a good speed as well, and the fans were running at a good speed as well. However, my CPU was shooting in the air with temperature for some reason, and I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm gonna get myself another water cooling system, and I'm gonna try and see if that works. So I went out and got myself the Kraken X62, which is a 280 millimeter water cooling system, just like the Corsair 110i. It's a very good looking system, and it's a really smooth system to work with as well. They've thought about everything in this system, and it seems to be working really well. I also got a couple of fans, 3 new NZXT fans, the RGB version that can be linked together and can be controlled via the Huawei Plus, the same with the Kraken system, by the way. So I went ahead and got myself these, and I put them into my system, and immediately I saw a drop of 13 degrees in temperature. So I went from 100 degrees on my core to 87 degrees at 4.6 gigahertz, which is quite an amazing drop. So I started to well, immediately as I pulled out the Corsair water cooling, I could see the issue. It seemed to me that the cooling head was slightly off. It was slightly bent in some way. It was very clear to see that the cooling paste wasn't touching the CPU core in all the places. So there were some places on the CPU that wasn't getting any cooling at all, and it seemed to be a very good idea to change it. But I also went ahead and got myself a new case, which is actually the one that you're looking at right here, and I put together a little video about the build that I made, and I think you guys should have a look at that. So here you go. And there you go. That was my attempt of being a tech YouTuber and putting together a video like that. Probably not a good attempt, but my skills in editing are still on the rise. So that was what you could expect from me right now with the equipment that I have and the skills that I have. So I have all of the components put together in this Cooler Master MasterCase Pro 6. An absolutely amazing case, and I can only say to Cooler Master, you've done one hell of a job with this one. I have actually done something else now. I've clocked my computer to 4.7 gigahertz, and as you can see in this short clip here, you can see that the temperature is rising up to 92 degrees in this case. However, my clock speed is now 4.7 gigahertz. So I've actually gained 100 megahertz in clock speed and still fallen 8 degrees in temperature from the original cooling. So I'm well pleased with it. And guys, I hope you liked this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching something a little bit different than just gaming. And let me know if you have any comments for this build, and if you have any good ideas, or if you just liked it or whatever. Let me know down in the comment section down below, and I shall go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.